Join Restaurant Business and Nation's Restaurant News alongside tech and AI expert Nikki Greenberg, along with executives from Dine Brands, Let Us Entertain You, Dave's Hot Chicken, and more at this year's FS Tech, taking place September 14th through 16th at the Gaylord Palms in Kissimmee, Florida. Learn more at informa.com/FSTEC.
Potbelly was sold to a big name in the convenience store sector. Portillo's has ended its test of breakfast, and Outback is hopping on the appetizer trio trend. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, your quick daily download of the top stories in the restaurant industry from the editors of Restaurant Business and Nation's Restaurant News. I'm NRN Senior Editor Joanna Fantozzi.
I'm RB Managing Editor Heather Lally. Potbelly is being sold to convenience store chain Racetrack. The 800-unit convenience store retailer out of Atlanta has agreed to pay more than $17 per share for the Chicago-based sandwich chain for a total price tag of $566 million. The deal is expected to close in the fourth quarter. It comes as convenience stores and restaurants are increasingly competing for the prepared food customer. The deal also culminates a strong run for Potbelly, whose stock was up more than 70% over the past 12 months before the sale announcement led to another 32% rise.
Portillo's is slowing its growth and ending its breakfast test. The fast casual chain lowered its full-year sales and development outlook as part of a strategic reset. The chain now expects same-store sales to decline by 1% to 1.5% from its previous target of plus 1% to 3%. Portillo's also plans to open 8 locations versus its previous target of 12. In April, the brand launched a breakfast test in a handful of locations in Chicago. This reset comes on the heels of the company's second quarter, in which traffic was down 1.4%, and sales in new markets such as Texas were slower than expected.
Outback is getting into the appetizer trio game. The casual dining division of Bloomin' Brands is introducing the new Down Under Trio sampler for $12.99 starting this week. The appetizer trio features fried mozzarella boomerangs, Aussie cheese fries, and Bloomin' onion petals. Chili's saw success with its triple dippers last year, and Applebee's introduced the ultimate trio appetizer sampler this August.
Subway is gunning for the protein crowd. The fast food sandwich chain is bringing back its Fresh Fit menu for the first time in 6 years. This time, the menu is reconfigured to focus more on higher protein than its lower-fat predecessors. Fresh Fit features 4 6-inch meat-heavy subs. Each has at least 20 grams of protein and a full serving of vegetables at less than 500 calories. The company has long targeted the health crowd, but has struggled to do so over the past decade amid changes in consumer health views, along with the arrest of former longtime spokesman Jared Fogle.
Philly Pretzel Factory has acquired Cone Guys. The Bristol, Pennsylvania-based company is the manufacturer of the original pretzel cone. The deal represents a strategic move to diversify the company's portfolio and expand into the dessert category. Cone Guys will continue production at its Bristol facility, while Philly Pretzel Factory plans to leverage the acquisition to pursue new growth opportunities in the frozen dessert market, potentially including ice cream partnerships and retail expansion.
Taco Bell is expanding its Live Más Cafe concept with 2 new locations opening September 16th in Southern California. The company plans to open 30 Live Más Cafes within existing restaurants by the end of 2025, targeting the Southern California, Dallas, and Houston markets. This expansion is part of Taco Bell's ambitious strategy to reach $5 billion in beverage sales by 2030. Live Más Cafe was first introduced in a single restaurant outside of San Diego at the end of 2024 and features premium customizable beverages, including the recently launched Refrescas lineup.
In other Taco Bell news, a major Taco Bell franchisee is using AI to crunch numbers faster. Charter Foods, which operates Taco Bell, Long John Silver's, and other brands, has been testing a new AI tool from POS provider PAR. It allows the company to ask questions like, should we keep these restaurants open later? And get an answer within minutes. The tool has helped Charter save time and make more proactive decisions, said Senior Director John Rankin.
Firebird's wood-fired grill is expanding brunch with more breakfast food. When the polished casual chain added a lower-priced bacon and egg plate in the spring, the new item outsold everything else by 50%. So the culinary team developed several breakfast biscuit combos and a giant shareable cinnamon roll to expand its brunch choices. The restaurants will now open at 10 on weekends instead of at 11 to lure the breakfast crowd.
This week's buzzworthy brand is Pasta Sisters out of Los Angeles. It's a fast casual concept built around fresh pastas and sauces, created somewhat reluctantly by a family from Italy that had never intended to open a restaurant. Matriarch Paola De Rey came to Los Angeles to be near her first grandson and ended up working as a nanny where her cooking skills were discovered. Now, De Rey and her 3 adult children are building the Pasta Sisters brand despite challenging headwinds in the LA economy. Read more at restaurantbusinessonline.com.
And that should do it for today's edition of Restaurant Daily. Get the latest restaurant news every weekday wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Joanna Fantozzi.
And I'm Heather Lally. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe. Join Restaurant Business and Nation's Restaurant News alongside tech and AI expert Nikki Greenberg, along with executives from Dine Brands, Let Us Entertain You, Dave's Hot Chicken, and more at this year's FS Tech, taking place September 14th through 16th at the Gaylord Palms in Kissimmee, Florida. Learn more at informa.com/FSTEC.